Let's go back, way
Shake,
back.
work, shake, work, shake, give me shake it right. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, work, shake, come on, work, shake, come on, work, give me shake it right. Hey, roll, big girls like do the round, fat girls like do the round. Woo, fat girls let me see you grind. Woo, fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing, and the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Rock, bitch like fat girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it deep. Fat girl just shake it, don't wait. Big girl, let me see you do it spin. Let go, let me see you touch the grind. Shake it up, shake it up, back down. Drop me and get down. Ride it on, back. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? Underwear cuts, hard part two. Lips and eyes, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that ass, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the ride. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like do the dance. Hey, 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 mo, hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 mo, hey. Big girls like do the dance. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
I'm sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought three. Can't hang with 106 beat. Fat girl know the happen, no quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Not new, I'm loose like it off the now. Fat girl bring crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch, with a life right, come to the night speed. I really shit get the day in the world cheese. Bounce fat girl, show the boy a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the down. Let you out, let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are, not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Yo, what up, y'all? Well, I just love that big girl video. I keep playing it. I just keep playing it because I love it. I mean, it is that time of year. You need big girls in your life. You need big girls in your life. And if you don't have a big girl in your life right now, because it's cold as hell, you got to get one. And if you don't get one right now, your ass going to be freezing. You know, these skinny girls is not happy. I said that the other night. The skinny girls, y'all not in right now. Y'all, that was it for y'all in the summer. People want the BBL girls right now. Not me. I don't do the BBL. I don't do the BBL girls, but I think you guys can like hook up with them right now. you can hook up with the BBL girls right now because they're in need. It's cold. It's fucking cold, even here in Miami. But you know it's gonna warm up. It's not like y'all in New York. It's not like y'all over there in all parts of the country. Now y'all ass got to deal with it. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with the cold. Unfortunately, Detroit, you got to deal with the cold. Cleveland, you got to deal with the cold. Even Dallas is cold, I heard. Texas, they say Texas is cold. Y'all are freezing your ass off. Meanwhile, we're down here just chilling in the sun. Summer breeze make me feel fine. Going through the jazz. I don't even know the lyrics to the song, but I can tell you one goddamn thing. We are having us a beautiful time here. We can't complain. We're loving it. Shouts out to my girl Glow. Right now, I'm getting back to the theme of the beginning of the show. I want to know where y'all from. Go in the chat. Let me know where you're from. In the words of my man, Uncle Al, where you from? Where you at? Put it in the chat, baby. I need to know where y'all from. Where you from? Where you from? Are you from Cleveland? Are you from Dallas? Are you from Detroit? Are you from South Carolina? Are you from Orlando? Are you from Miami? Are you from Wynwood? Are you from Westwood? Or where the hell are you from? I need to know. Maryland? You're from Maryland? All right, put it in there. I'll put your name up in here. There you go. Glow from Maryland. How you doing, Glow? This is my good friend, Glow. She's from Maryland. Hey, look, I know you guys are, if this is your first time joining us, we're on all three platforms. We're on Facebook Live. We're on Twitter Live. We are on my YouTube channel where all the beautiful people are on the YouTube channel. That's UncleLuke.tv. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel because we just do what we do over here. We just do what the fuck we do over here. We have a good time. We talk about all kinds of things. We talk about sports, entertainment, and politics. I'm live tonight. I know I do a bunch of shows where I'm not live, where they are rebroadcast, but I try to get on here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. the show's live. Then we do rebroadcasts. So if you're looking at it as a rebroadcast tomorrow or sometime, but right now we are live in living color in the fucking flesh. So if you got any comments, go to YouTube or Facebook and you can make your comments throughout the show because I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what you got to say about these topics. I just don't want to be talking and then having my own opinion about certain situations and you guys have opinion and you want to say something. So I allow you to come in the chat like this young lady, right? Like this fella, right? Like this Thomas right here, Norfolk, Virginia. That's where he's from. She's from Philadelphia. That's where she's from. But we're gonna have a beautiful show tonight. I got a lot of things to discuss. I need to talk about the college football playoffs. I'm gonna give you my take on it. University of Miami versus Notre Dame. And we'll hear from the college football experts and how they feel about it. I want to talk about Tommy Tuberville and his feelings about SNAP benefits. Former Auburn head coach, former University of Miami position coach. And then we're going to hear about how Dabo Swinney is dealing with taking these L's and his opinion about the officiating, which has affected the University of Miami as well. So we are going to have us a big show tonight. Then we're going to talk. Then we're going to hear from some Trump voters who voted for Trump, and they're having buyer's remorse. They're having buyer's remorse because we did say you're going to fuck around and find out. I just look, man. I'm not laughing at people because I know people are going through hard times right now. But at the same time, it ain't nothing come good after when you say, but it's nothing come good after that. You know, the bottom line is we told you so. But you're going to hear from those good folks. But let's kick it off. University of Miami football. You got to love it. We on the win column. Hey, I got an opportunity today to do CBS Sports. They talked to me. I was on the football field. I wasn't I have a hat on, my hair one comb. I probably look like a fucking crackhead on the show. And they were asking me all kind of questions and things like that. I mean, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But I enjoyed myself on the show today. Beautiful people. Talked to some beautiful people. It was a great show. It was a great show. They had a YN up there. They had an old school up there, and they had a beautiful young lady as the host of the actual show. And so I don't know where y'all could go find it, but I urge you to go find it. Next week I'll be on ESPN. I will be on ESPN in Virginia. Every year I do ESPN Virginia when it's time to talk about Hurricanes versus Virginia Tech. Now, if the Hurricanes win this week, then I'm definitely going to go to Virginia Tech and check out that game. I'm gonna get on the plane. I'm gonna get on the plane. Is it Classic Weekend this weekend? FAMU and Bethune-Cookman. I really want to go to that this year. Somebody in the chat, let me know if it is Classic Weekend with Florida A&M versus Bethune-Cookman, because we gonna beat you Wildcats, even though we're having a bad year this year. FAMU football, bad year. But yes, so let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. University of Miami football has something in common with Dabo Swinney. They have something in common with Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney said the refs are fucking cheating. He basically said the refs are cheating. And if you looked at the University of Miami game and SMU game, receivers was getting pulled down, shit was happening all over the field, referees wasn't calling it. Now, mind you, those are like 8-man crew. They have a referee on the line, another referee in the back of the line. They have another referee in the middle. They have another referee in the back of the middle. Then they have another referee on the other side of the field in the back. They have another referee on the line. Then they have another referee in the back watching the holding. Then they have another. It's like a fucking bunch of referees. And there's no reason why you should be missing these calls. But I had a conversation with my man Streeter and his villains today, and we talked about this. And Dabo Swinney mentioned it also. They have to pay these refs. I mean, these fucking refs, think about it. They don't get paid. It's not they get paid, but it's not a salary. They don't work for them full time. They got to put these refs on full-time pay. Full-time pay. So when you make these dumbass mistakes, you lose your fucking job. These referees go about the business. They check in, take a flight on Friday, go to the game Friday, do the game on Saturday, fuck up the game, hop back on the plane that night, go back home, and that's it. Nothing happens. So if they fuck a game up, they only got paid for 1 day. 1 day. So where's the demand? What? To get it right. They get paid for 1 day. Put these fucking referees on a salary so when they fuck a game up, they can lose their job. Now they got skin in the game. Right now, these referees don't have skin in the game. God knows how much they get paid. If somebody in the chat know how much a referee in college football getting paid, please let me know. And then they got these, then another thing, they have these fucking reps. Oh, the SEC rep, the ACC rep, Conference USA rep, this rep, that rep. I mean, look, the NCAA has enough money that they can put all the referees on a salary. And based on what league or conference you referee in, that determines how much money you make. I mean, come on, man. Let's face it. It is bad business to have these officials who are out there making the least amount of money of everybody on the field. Think about it. Carson Beck making $4 million. The referee sitting up there. These referees are not robots. They know that Miami has the fifth highest paid salary in college football. You don't think they have a little inside for that? You're playing against SMU, who ain't nowhere near nowhere in the vicinity of how much money Miami is spending on their players. They're sitting up there looking at all these privileged motherfucking players. Look at these privileged players out here. They think they're just going to prance up in the game and just go. We'll give some calls to SMU. But here's Dabo Swinney on this issue here. Y'all tell me what you think.
Accountability, but y'all don't know anything about it. It's behind a curtain. How dare we have accountability? In the meantime, we got gambling issues going on, people being suspended, all that kind of stuff, right? Yep. I mean, refs are people too. It ain't just coaches and players, and if they're a part of the game, then by God, they ought to be a part of the game. And they ought to be a part of the accountability, and they ought to be a part of the consequences, not just behind some shadowy curtain. Like, no, they ought to have to answer for it. And listen, there's judgment calls and all that, and I mean, we just have to disagree to disagree. But there's also absolute flat-out misses with no consequences. And you know, and you get a sheet. We're allowed to turn in 10 calls. All right, and so we had a game earlier this year that we lost. I had 14 I wanted to turn in, but I only turned in 10. All right. I thought 8 were wrong, but got back. Yep, missed it. 5 of the 10 were wrong. And I mean, these are game-changing calls. Obvious pass interference not called that takes you off the field. But yeah, we just get this will be addressed with the crew and yada, yada, yada. Okay? Yeah, but you ain't there's no public accountability. Ain't none of that. So that's the system. The system needs to change. It needs to be changed. There needs to be challenge opportunity, and we need full-time officials. If you're going to have this type of stakes, it needs to be full-time officials. And everybody should have consequences. And the coaches and the players shouldn't be the only ones that publicly have accountability. That should change.
Officiating is bad. The umpires get it wrong. They get it wrong. Dabo Swinney made an excellent point. He made a great point. I mean, think about it. I did not know they only get to question a certain amount of plays a week. Really? In the ACC? It ain't like you got a billion teams. Why would you only give them 10 appeals? You're not going to do anything anyway. How about being like the SEC and suspending some of these fucking refs when they make these bad decisions in the game? It is too much going on. It is too much going on in college football. You got the NIL players getting paid. You got all this draft, this betting shit, the betting all over the place. People losing their livelihoods off some bonehead calls that these referees are making. I mean, let's keep it a buck. My friend here, I guess she looked it up and said referees make anywhere from $2,500 to $100,000 a year. That's a big number. That's a big number. Big difference in number. But I'm just saying, there's no accountability from the officials. It's nothing. They could just do what the fuck they want to do, get on the plane, go back home. Put them on a salary. Tell the referees, you can't have another job. You're getting paid from us. Now, you fuck this up, you lose your job. You fuck this up, you lose your fucking job. And I'm with Dabo Swinney on this one. I know a lot of y'all, you just get past your hate for Dabo Swinney. I understand that. Get past that. Get past that. I know a lot of y'all don't like Dabo Swinney. I know a lot of y'all don't like Clemson because Clemson still got a plantation house, a reminder of slavery on their campus. I know y'all don't like Clemson because Death Valley was the stadium where the stadium's located. All the slaves lived down there at one point because the stadium was originally on top of the hill, and then they moved out and took all the slaves, the people living in poverty down in that valley down there, and they call it Death Valley. See, y'all don't know the story. Y'all don't be knowing history. I have to give y'all a little history every now and then on this Uncle Luke podcast, because nobody is going to talk about history because they don't want to get into some of those dark things that has happened in the world and the history they want to erase. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother show. But at the end of the day, Miami got screwed. Miami gets screwed every week. I think it was like 23 penalties to like SMU got their first penalty in the second half, like late. That's bullshit. You can call holding at any given time. I guess they fuckers went into the locker room before they went to the game. Look here, we're going to call all the penalties against Miami. Fuck that. We're going to call everything against Miami. We're not calling anything. Do not pull your flag for SMU. And they could really go back to their house, and the league could really look at that and say, oh, Miami, you can only show us 10 flags that shouldn't have been flagged. Well, God damn it, I got 20. And by the way, was there anything called on them? Which is all bullshit, but NCAA got a long way to go, man. This betting shit, something to each his own, but I think the betting shit is a little out of hand, because I remember back in the days they had Alcoholics Anonymous and they had Bettors Anonymous, people losing their lives, and betting on games caused the problem. And as you can see right now, betting on games, people are getting investigated and people are going to jail. You got baseball players going to jail. You got basketball players going to jail. And this ain't the fucking end. If you can bet on how many minutes a guy is going to play, and he has a bunch of hungry ass homeboys back at the crib, and them homeboy call him, hey man, look, I put my last money on you, man, that you don't play 35 minutes. Come on, homeboy, look out for me. And then you go out there and play 34 minutes. It's going to be a whole bunch of people go to jail. I'm sorry. They're human. Some of these type of bets, they need to just don't put on the books. When it's a personal situation where, oh, I'm betting that this guy hits 21 points in the whole game, and be like, Beard Man go out there and hit 20 points in the first half and don't hit another point in the second half? Y'all think this it don't hit another point in the whole fucking second half in the whole game, and he played? He didn't get injured? Make this shit make sense. Betting involved in these games, that's why they did not allow betting, because of the shit that's going on right now. So they're taking people and putting them in jail because of their issues. Do you realize half of the dudes in the NFL are broke? Let me say that again. Y'all probably didn't hear me. Do you know half of the guys in the NFL is broke? Y'all think everybody is making hundreds of millions of dollars? There are some guys that make minimum wages. There's some guys that are on the taxi squad. There's some guys that are not making top dollars. And the guys who are not making top dollars, but they're looked at as an NFL player. So when they go home, mama want a new car. Mama want a house. Everybody looking at him like he Big Willie. He making all this money. Nigga, you in the NFL. Mama got to get a house. Mama got to get a car. Daddy got to get a new car. And you only got $300,000. You only got $300,000. So now you got to act like you're making hundreds of millions of dollars because you're an NFL player. And what ends up happening, those guys end up being broke. And they don't have bills. They got to take care of themselves. Some of those guys in the NFL are living with other guys. They don't have them habits. The ones who do get a couple of dollars, then they have them habits, them women habits where they want to fly them in, fly them out, buy them jewelry, buy them this, buy them Birkenback, buy them all this here. And then you find yourself in the locker room pawning their jewelry to another guy, to the younger guys. because the agent ain't telling them shit. That's what you got going on. So then now, fuck, I ain't making no money. Let me think about this. I do get a check this week, and it's about $100 grand. Man, let me call one of my homeboys. Man, take this $100 grand and put this shit on me because I'm gonna fuck around. Hey, look, we're gonna double this money. I gotta get this money. It happens one time. Then it happens again. Shit, I'm eating. Then I gotta get somebody else involved in the locker room. Hey, nigga, you broke too. Shit, you pawned your jury to homeboy running back over here. Hey, look here, man. I gotta wait, man. We called up my homeboy, you homeboy. We gonna fix this shit up. Well, we gonna bet on ourselves, and we ain't gonna play the minutes that we need to play, and then we gonna fucking fall out and play us hurt. Okay, y'all gotta take that individual, that personalized betting out of the game. You gotta do that to save the integrity of the game, people. Speaking of saving the integrity of the game, University of Miami. How in the hell you're going to put Notre Dame? Now, Notre Dame, I like Notre Dame. Shouts out to my man, Sider. I fuck with Sider. Sider's my friend. I love Sider. He was at Penn State. Sider's a Florida boy. Sider played quarterback for Florida A&M. I always remind him about the game that Florida A&M, the national championship, they should have won when he was a quarterback, but he tells me that the coach pulled him out of the game. But that's a whole nother story. He's over there at Notre Dame. They came and see me, Sider, and the head coach. I chopped it up with him. Nice guys. The head coach is Notre Dame, nice guy. Cool dude. First time I ever met him. Cool dude. We chopped it up. He told me about it. Man, I was like, man, Freeman, you green, man. He was like, man, come on, man, come on, My daddy taught me all about you. My daddy put me up on everything. I said, good job, Freeman Daddy. Good job, Freeman Daddy. Put your son up on game. That's the way to do it. You turn your son on to fucking Uncle Luke. You want your son to come out right. You need to give him some of them Luke songs. Everybody used to wonder why. Everybody used to be like, he's corrupting the minds of young people. They're going to be tarnished for life. I always ask people, none of them older, we see Dolores Tucker, the preachers and the pastors, and he's going to corrupt the minds of the young people. This nasty music and Luther Campbell. And then I'm looking at all these people like, Freeman came out all right. Everybody else came out all right. Doctors, lawyers. Hey, man, you inspired me. You helped me. That's a whole other show. I'm not going to get into that, but let's stay right here on this fucking Notre Dame. There's no way college football could put Notre Dame in because so I got to drift off. I go drifting off every now and then, so y'all got to bring me back in the chat because I'll slide off into a whole nother conversation because I got mad conversations and mad stories that I can sit here and tell y'all. But going back to this Notre Dame, Miami beats Notre Dame. And these people are thinking about putting Notre Dame over Miami. Here we go.
Miami is the highest ranked team out of the ACC, and the ACC is a chaotic situation potentially, depending on how these last few weeks play out. It seems as if maybe there was a bit of a course correction on the ranking of the Hurricanes. I know a couple of teams lost, but you also have some head-to-head components to evaluate there. What was the discussion like on Miami?
Yeah, I mean, Miami, I think, Reese, you said it, we had some teams lose. And again, the conversation with Miami has been, about their consistency especially on offense. They've been really, really good, on defense. Obviously, the head-to-head with Notre Dame comes up. And, so a lot of conversation about Notre Dame, 7 straight. Better defensively than what they were at the beginning of the year. So all of those things played into it. We've got great respect for Miami. When you think about the eye test, they're really talented, both sides of the ball. Just need to be a little bit more consistent on the offense.
You see the key thing that he said? See the key thing he said? University of Miami offense that's saying Shannon Dawson, Mario Cristobal, who's the offensive line coach, mirror ball, drop ball, beard receivers, running back coach, tight end coach, offense, that is saying you fuckers on offense, it's up to y'all to make a case. It's on you, Shannon Dawson. It's on you, Mario Cristobal. All y'all on offense. You're offensive line coach. They're saying our defense is playing lights the fuck out. It's on you, Shannon Dawson. Now, mind you, if you know me, and if you've been following me, I'm not a fan of Shannon Dawson. Under no circumstances. I know Cam Ward was improvising last year, and I saw TBD looking like Carson Beck because they're not improvising. But everybody wants to shoot the messenger. Oh, Luke, you're saying that you have a problem with Shannon Dawson because he put your boy Ray Ray on the bench. Well, no, not really. I don't even mention my player Ray Ray about whether he should be playing or not. I know what his capabilities is. But the question is, what is Shannon Dawson's capabilities is? The fans booed the fuck out of him when he kept running the ball up the A-gap. He goes into the press conference and have a meltdown with the fucking reporters about, well, you tell me what the play is. Questioning the fucking reporters, trying to make them look stupid because he know he was talking to a bunch of reporters and not football coaches or football-minded people who are just asking questions that the average person want to know, are asking questions that their editor wants to know, that the people want to know. So he wants to then question the fucking reporters, which is bullshit. And us people who do know football, we're looking at this motherfucking interview like, hold on, we'll get your hands. We'll show you, goddamn Shannon Dawson, how to run fucking outside zone. We'll show you how to get the ball outside. But then it took people to get injured. It took running backs to get injured, for Pringle to come in the game, run an outside zone, bend the corner, score a fucking touchdown. That wasn't Shannon Dawson, because he would have had Pringle in the game in that situation a long time ago. And that's why I have a problem with this guy. Mario goes and gets all these stockpile, all of these players. We are the fifth highest paying goddamn team in college football with NIL money. Everybody getting a check. Oh, we got this. It's like this. We got a car lot full of Maseratis, Bentleys, Testarossas. We got all that shit on the sideline. But does Shannon Dawson use all that shit? No. He sticks with his own little boring ass offense. We're going to run up the A-gap, do some tush push until the motherfuckers cut the whole fucking line and stop that. What are you going to do now, Shannon? Even the fans in South Florida know. Fucker, you got to run outside. Pull the goddamn lineman. Do down, wrap around, power G, power O, something. Something. Not just up the A-gap. I mean, hell, we don't even have sex like that. We don't have sex like that. You know, you flip on, get it from the back, get it here, get it there. Not Shannon Dawson. And he said, my wife talks about everything people talk about online. She looks at them. I don't look at that social media, but you know what the fuck is going on, because the next game, what the fuck did you do? Run outside zone. And the reason you had to do that, because the people, you heard footsteps. And Mario, you're the fucking head coach. You're the offensive line coach. You and Mirabal. Come on, man. Don't insult our intelligence as football-minded people here in South Florida. Shannon Dawson, you did not sign up in fucking Iowa. We know football here. And you ain't finna bullshit us, boss. Pull some goddamn body. Pull the fucking tackle. Pull a guard. You can pull a center. Hell, look at what the fucking Eagles do. They'll pull the fucking center to get outside. to jazz it up. Bottom line, the offense, based on what college football, the head man just said, it's on University of Miami offense. So we could win the fuck out. We could roll up in there and barely win and don't score no points in the first half. There and Notre Dame win and keep winning. They're going to screw us. They're going to do us just like Florida State. Hello? You remember Florida State had won all of their games and they didn't win the popularity contest because of their offense, because their quarterback got injured, but they won all the fucking games. And they sitting up there, like, what the fuck y'all do to screw us like that? It's a football team. No, it's not a football team. It's ESPN popularity contest. It's about style points. So Shannon Dawson, this shit is on you. Mario Cristobal, this shit is on you. This is on you. This is on y'all. You can win all these games, and they're going to screw us. The man just told you. The man just fucking told you. He told you your offense sucks. I'm gonna just keep it a buck and tell him, say it how he wants to say it. Your fucking offense sucks. And we've noticed that your offense sucks. You can't fucking score no points in the first half on sorry ass teams, and you continuously do that. You're throwing all these motherfucking interceptions. We don't want you in our college fucking bowl game. We don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want it. So we're going to give you, this is a fair warning, get your shit together. Open that motherfucker up. Go get, Shannon Dawson can really go 5 wide. He got running backs that can run between the tackle. He got running backs that can run outside the tackle. He got tight ends. He can go to a package with 1 tight end, 3 receivers. He can go a package with 2 tight ends and 2 receivers. He can go with a package with a NASCAR package with 5 receivers that's running fucking 4-3. He can go with a package with 2 backs, with 9 at fullback and anybody and 2 at motherfucking running back, with 3 receivers out there, Malachi and all that. He could do all that, but unfortunately, Mr. Dawson don't think like that. He could get real sexy and real fucking jazzy other than having this one-dimensional all underneath. We're going to do don't stretch the field as if we don't have nobody that can run, that can stretch the field. We ain't stretched the field yet. Oh, and then Carson back arm is hurting. Bullshit. Ain't nothing wrong with that motherfucking arm. It wasn't nothing wrong with Cam Ward arm last year. Cam Ward threw that motherfucker down the field when he wanted to George, who ran the 4.7. That's why they don't, you wonder why certain players are not on the team, that's not out there on the field. If you run too fast in this offense, they don't want you out there. Because you're running through what they're doing. They need slow people out there. Because everything is underneath. Throw the ball to the flat to the tight end, we run up the middle. Throw the ball flat to the tight end, we run the ball up the middle. Throw the ball a curl route or a whip route in the front of the linebackers with Malachi, which is the best fucking freshman in college football. I love him to death. Throw it to him. Throw the bubble over here, run up the middle. Throw the bubble over here, run up the middle. Throw a seam, a little skinny post with Malachi. He gets double teamed and Carson Beck throws an interception. Throw the ball to the flat over here, throw a bubble over here to the fucking wide receiver, some slow motherfucker who gonna get tackled. Run up the middle. That's our offense. Shannon Dawson, you have been notified. You don't get this shit right, we're not going to go to the playoff, even if you win all the games. Speaking of the playoffs, speaking of college football coaching, I visited this shit before with this motherfucking Tommy Tuberville. Tommy Tuberville was a coach at the University of Miami, a position coach. I remember him. He was also a national championship coach at the University of Auburn. So Tommy Tuberville went in black kids' household on a regular basis, recruiting them. Please come for me. Please come play for me. I love you. I love you. You and your family, I need you to come play for me so I can win and I can make millions and millions of dollars to give to my wife and all that there. I need you black kids to come play for me football. I love you. I love you. You're going to be my friend for life. But then what does Tommy Tuberville do? Stop coaching football and then go to the Senate. And now he's in the Senate. This is how he really feel about black kids in the inner city, the ones he used to recruit.
A lot of them that in some of these inner cities that's going to need SNAP to survive, and they're getting a lot of calls, and the pressure is going to be put on them. A lot of people need to go back to work. A lot of young men that are on SNAP that should be working.
Anyhow.
Wait, no. Let's let that sink in. Mike, yeah.
Tommy Tuberville, a guy who held up the appointments in the Pentagon for several months out of Senate procedure.
Yep.
I don't know that he knew a lot about football, given his overall coaching record.
Wow.
But I do know that he knows very little about American culture, American employment, and how the Congress ought to operate.
And the SNAP program and who it helps.
You talking about the young men in his state?
Yeah, I mean,
for example?
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
that's what we've been saying is,
Talking
again,
about
is Tommy
families, children.
Tuberville thinking he's talking about people that live in Brooklyn? Or is he talking about people that live in Demopolis, Alabama, that live in Bessemer, that live around Birmingham, Mobile? I mean, you're like, this is the ignorance of a lot of these Republican leaders, Willie. They think that they're owning the libs when in fact it's their constituents who disproportionately take from the government. It's their constituents who disproportionately, as far as tax money goes, who disproportionately are impacted by Medicaid cuts. It's his people that are going to be just completely hammered by SNAP benefits. I know Alabama. I love Alabama. You don't have to drive too far out of Mountain Brook to understand there are a lot of good people in Alabama that need Medicaid, that need SNAP benefits, and a lot of them are people that voted for Donald Trump. That's the ignorance of all this.
750,000 people in the state of Alabama are on food assistance.
SNAP.
That's 15% of the population of the state. That's a lot of
Did
people.
he just lecture
and
them?
it's also, there was some code in there. It's not just the people who didn't vote for him, who he's suggesting to go out and work. It's people who support him, who support Donald Trump, who rely on the government for rural hospitals, for food assistance, all this. So this position of, like you say, kind of owning the libs.
Yeah.
These are your constituents, the people who rely on you to get them the benefits they need. It doesn't make sense.
Do you think Tommy Tuberville could tell you what the WIC program is?
No.
Women and Infants?
No.
Do you think he could tell you the impact that program disappearing November 1st would have on his constituents? No.
These people get in Congress and they show their true colors. Well, in this case, Tommy is in the Senate. The comment he made, they're in those communities, they need to go get them a job. That's a problem. For Tommy to make a statement like that, you know who he's talking about. But here's the wild part about that. There's more white people on food stamp there is black people. There's more white people on governmental assistance than black people, because there's more white people in this country. But let people lead you to believe, the media will lead you to believe as if this is a black person thing. It's only black when there is more white people on SNAP, on food stamps, than there are black people. There are more seniors on food stamps than there are black people. There are more college students on food stamps more than black people. But when you look at the news, the first thing they do is they put the camera up in the face of some young black mother, and put it in their face and say, oh, what about this snapping the food stamps and you get ready to lose and you get ready to da-da-da. But they never take the camera and put it in the face of a white person. See how crazy that is? That's propaganda. Like as if only black people got their hands out. This will be affected. But regardless of whether white, black, green, or purple, or whatever it may be, you're fucking with people's livelihood. You're messing with people's livelihood. The people are on governmental assistance because they filled out the application, they went through all the process of it, and they qualified to be on governmental assistance, SNAPs, food stamps. Thank you, Scarlett. She says 35% white people on SNAP, 15% Hispanics, 25% blacks, 3% Asian. I trust her. Those are the numbers. So it's amazing that these people get on here, and the first thing that they want to tell you is that I'll make you believe that they're directly affecting black people. And Tommy Tuberville and those folks, I mean, for a guy who made millions and millions of dollars coaching football, going up into black kids' household, begging their parents to send them to play for him so that him and his wife can make millions of dollars. His wife needs to be ashamed of herself of letting him say that shit. She should be divorcing his ass. But a lot of these coaches feel the same way. A lot of these coaches in college football feel the same way, unfortunately. They feel the same way. They think of these black men and young men as fucking slaves. They think they're doing them a favor. To be honest with you, they don't give a fuck about these kids. They tell them everything. They tell them any and everything to get them to come play for their team so that they can win a championship and they can go back and get another $8-10 million contract to go get an $8-10 million contract off the backs of these young black men. Off the backs of these young black men. And that's how they really feel about them. You got coaches around here, their wife be fucking on Twitter and family members on Twitter talking that racist shit, signing up to the racist rhetoric that comes out of the mouth of these politicians. You got Shannon Dawson, the University of Miami fucking offensive coordinator who's sucking up the place, gets on Twitter, I'm praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. I knew it was the reason I don't fuck with that guy. I could smell it on him. I could see it on him. I could see the red beaming from that motherfucking neck. And I know somewhere in the back of the house is one of them goddamn I'm praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. What? And you out there fucking coaching at the University of Miami with all the black kids. So I wouldn't be surprised when he get kicked out of the game that he'll be a fucking politician wherever his hometown is, and he'll be the first motherfucker up there talking about, yeah, fuck that. Put all these young niggas out there need to go to fucking work. We gonna cut all that business. Tommy Tuberville is the same one who told y'all wouldn't get no reparations and had a big old rally. Go look it up. Don't believe me? Look it up. Don't believe me? You don't have to fucking believe me. Go fucking look it up. It's a lot of fucking racist people that are coaching these kids. That's why I tell parents, you better be careful. You need to be very careful of who you leave your kids to. if the black coach come get him, go with the black coach. Go with the black coach. I'm telling you right now, go with the black coach. Don't get caught up in all that shit because most of them white ones, they don't give a fuck about your kids. And if you need to know which ones do give a fuck about your kids, just call me, DM me. I'll be like, yeah, he good. Yeah, he good. There are some white coaches who are fucking cool. But the majority of them are like this motherfucker. Let Donald Trump come to the game. There'll be ass kissing and licking and all kind of motherfucking shit going on. My God. I got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, on the show. His name is Pastor Gary Johnson from Miami, Florida. Pastor Johnson is a good friend of mine. Pastor Johnson is the pastor for Puff Daddy. Pastor Johnson speak to Sean on numerous occasions. Pastor Johnson went to court and spoke on Diddy's behalf. I even told Pastor Johnson when he went there, man, tell the brother I'm praying for him. Because I consider Puff Daddy as a friend of mine. I have a lot of friends that have did some things and made some mistakes and get an opportunity to go and do what? Redeem themselves. I have a friend that I talked to the other day. I can't call his name, and he's in federal prison. And he called me up with some of his friends in the prison, and I talked to them brothers up in there, and they was in there, and they were just going back and forth, just talking about football, talking about all kind of shit, which I think they should be able to allow them to have phones in jail. But I can't call the brother name because if he got caught with that phone, then they'll have him. He'll get another year added on to. But meanwhile, I want to bring on Pastor Johnson, Puff Daddy's pastor, and let him tell y'all how Puff Daddy's doing during these times. Pastor Johnson, how you feeling, my brother?
Hey, Dr. Luke, my favorite brother. How you doing, man? Can you hear me? L Boogie. Can you hear me, Luke? I'm here, man. Thank you for having me on your show. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Let me get it together. Now you can hear me right now. I know you
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Clearly. Now you can hear me. Yeah, welcome to the show, Pastor Johnson. How you feeling, my brother?
Man, this is scary. Well, wonderful.
I see you got you over there with the A in the back. I see you got an A on A for excellent over your shoulder.
You know where I'm at.
Over your shoulder.
You know where I'm at. I'm at our office.
Yes, sir. Aficionados. Make sure. Hey, if you want to know where the best cigar club, you go over there, Aficionados. That's our guy Armando, and then Pastor Johnson has a virgin drink on the menu called the Bumpy Johnson. There's no alcohol or anything in it. You can get this. I mean, this guy's amazing. So let me ask you. So how is you went and spoke at Puffy's hearing, and I mean, just tell us how that went.
Man, first of all, thank you again for allowing me to come on your show. I have been asked to do interviews. I don't do interviews because this is personal. You know what's interesting about Sean is, man, that's one of the most brilliant brothers we have on this earth during our time. It's amazing that it's quicker that we're criticizing a black man. Of course, we've all seen the tape. We saw what he did. We saw what happened. And guess what? He's in jail for that. And he's done time for that. But the question becomes, how much time do you do? That man law that he was under That was a law made by back in 1910 for white slaves. And Jack Johnson was also charged with that same law. Chevy Chapman was charged with that same law. But there was a pastor recently charged with that same law that was molesting an 8-year-old to 12-year-old, and he did 6 months. No one had been charged in that law by that law has done over 2 years. So why Sean get 4 years? Why would he receive 4 years? At the end of the day, think about this for a second, Luke. All that propaganda, all those lies that was told about he had children, what happened to it? Whatever happened to all that stuff? Nothing was ever brought up in court as relates to where he was found guilty. He was found guilty of less charge. We know what happened. But why has he been treated as if he's a major criminal? I mean, at what point do you say enough punishment is enough? So Sean doing this time, Sean sitting there doing what he's supposed to do, obeying the law, and is waiting this opportunity to come back home to be with his family and his kids. His kids, he has kids like we all do. They want their father home. And I'm one that stands up for those who are disenfranchised. I'm one who believes in second chances. He has not been a felon. He has not been convicted of anything else. At the end of the day, it's his term today, but it'll be our term tomorrow. And he's doing good, man. I'm proud of the brother in terms of him doing what he was supposed to do. And he's very remorseful about what happened. And he's willing to do what he has to do to rectify the problem and change his life to do what is right. And I think he deserves that opportunity, just like all of us. You know, the Bible says, who without sin cast the first stone? You know, it's something Dr. King said the best. And this is what I stand on, why I'm supporting that brother. Why I was just with a beautiful brother who I found to be one of the nicest young kids I met. I call him kids because I could be his father, Young Thug, working with him. What a brilliant mind. These guys have some of the most brilliant minds I've ever seen. And so therefore, I believe he deserves a second chance, and I believe he should be able to get out as soon as possible to get back to his family. And God is willing to get back to a life that he can live respectfully and understand the respect of people and respect of women as well.
You know, I was going to ask you about Young Thug also, but so is Sean in good spirits? When you talk to him, is he in good spirits? I mean, is he looking forward to his next chapter in life? I think that's what most people want to know. You know, when you're in these situations, are you in good spirits? Are you looking forward to the next chapter?
You know, at least the few times I've spoken to him, one of the main things that comes on is he identified from, and he's not making excuses for what he did. He's taking full responsibility, and he's in there. As I said before, he didn't throw himself on the court just to get out of jail, because he did a year and some change already. But he also have been more than remorseful, and he's still remorseful. And to our sister Cassidy and any other woman that felt they've been abused by him in any way, that brother's very remorseful. And I've had a chance to spend time talking to him, and I'm praying for him. And again, Luke, we got to lift our people up. We got to lift our people up. God has done it for us. And we need to make sure that we stand by the principles of God by doing that. Dr. King said something, and this is what I live by, Luke. And you know yourself. I've been with you. I watched you be the first entertainer, period, in the United States. They given rappers a right to be able to say what they want to say because of your work. And people don't know you've been through quite a few jails. And they don't know that, but you've been through hell or high water, and if I was in a position to do what I would have been there for you as well. But what I decided to do is do what I can right now. And Dr. King said something the best. It was a quote that he uses. He said, "Which one of you will carry the shield and stop the stones?" At what point do we stop allowing even our own people to stone our own people? We got to lift each other up, build each other up. And it was in Essence magazine. We have to lift each other up, build each other up, and inspire each other. And if you ain't for that, then I have no interest in dealing with any of that. If it's about lifting each other up, building each other up, bringing each other out of the dirt and the mud, and letting God clean us back up, give God an opportunity. And one thing about Sean, it reminded me of what Mama Jordan said about her son when Nike was selling the shoe to try to get him to do the deal. She said, those shoes are just shoes until my son steps in it.
That's right.
Music industry was a music industry until Luther Campbell, until Sean Diddy Combs, until Young Thug them got behind the mic. And look what happens. We got some of the most brilliant minds, brother. We got to continue to cultivate it, and we got to continue to support it. That's all I'm about. And those who want to criticize, let them criticize, because I believe that
they're gonna be here. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Pastor Garrett Johnson. He's Sean Diddy Combs' pastor. Been right there every step of the way with him, especially in court. And hey, how y'all doing? Who is that? That's William.
I got NFL great. Will Joseph, man. What's going on, man? What's going on?
We just finished talking about your hurricane.
NFL great. Will Joseph.
Yeah, and I'll be down there with y'all in a minute. So, Young Thug, what people don't understand is this. Just like you say, and people need to know this young man right here, Pastor Johnson, because he ain't new to helping. This ain't his first rodeo. Just like you say, if you look at when BET gave me the award, and you saw me on stage, the Lifetime Achievement Award, you saw Pastor Johnson behind me. He was right there with me. He's always there trying to help and rehabilitate brothers that's what he does. He's right there on the pulse of it. And so this is what this young man does. You know, he ain't one of the guys who just, talk about it. He be about it. He go link up with these guys and walk them around. And just the other day, you brought Young Thug, another young man who's going through something, probation or whatever it may be, and he has to do community service. And you brought him by my youth program. Talk about some of the things, some of the work that you're working with Young Thug and about his character as well, because a lot of these young people, the character have been assassinated, and people like yourself going out doing the work to help them out. So talk about your work with Young Thug.
Man, well, Young Thug, I met him through a mutual, an attorney, and he asked, they reached out to me and asked me, can I help him with that? And I was honored to do that, because again, after meeting him and spending some time with him, again, brilliant mind, very talented, extremely talented, and very giving. Matter of fact, this is what I mean by people that's very remorseful. Not only when he finished doing what he had to do, he reached out and said, he said, Reverend, I want to continue to do this with these kids. I see the impact I make on these kids' life, and I want to be able to continue to do this and give back to the community. Now he's from Atlanta, but he's in Miami doing this, helping our kids out. And when he came to your park with your kids, he was like, hey man, this park is named after Luther Campbell. I said, listen, Campbell does a lot that you would never hear about. When I tell you unsung heroes, when you got people that just do the work, and as my mom said, let my work speak for me. You've done that, man, and Thug wants to be a part of thing that's going to help lift and build our kids, our babies. Because I'm telling you, Luke, we growing up, we had played marbles. We had different things to do, activities. But I'm reminded, if you go down a street and you see a dark street and you see a street with lights, you're going to go down the one with lights because there's activities going down there. And you've created an opportunity for these kids to cultivate their lives and have a better life for their families. Many of these kids come and went to the NFL that you touched their lives as kids. And that's why you have such an effect on young people, man. And still look the way you look. I'm a little, bro. I gotta get.
Don't do it. Hey, Pastor Johnson. Man, I appreciate you coming on at a short period of time.
Man.
I really love you, my brother. I think you're doing some excellent work.
Thank you, bro.
Rehabilitating these young people and being in the lives of people who feel like the world is totally against them and the world has left them. And that's just God's work. That's why, that's why he anointed you to be able to be the person to go out and do these things, and I just give my hats off to you for doing the work and helping these young folks in their second opportunity in life. And I love to have you on again, my brother. You gonna come back and holler at me again?
Man, I'm waiting for them to call you back and say, we need to give Uncle Luke the iconic award for urban music, because at the end of the day, brother, my mama always said it this. She called me Bumpy. She said, "Hey, Bump, give me my flowers while I'm living."
That's right.
When mama gone, mama's gone.
Mama's gone. That's it.
Yeah. I want to do that with you. I want to do that with anybody else that I can and touch. And God bless you, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. I'll see y'all in a minute. Hey, boy, let me say this here. Since in the spur of the moment, at any given time, we'll bring on some great people. That's Gary Johnson, Pastor Jerry Johnson. That man do so much work in the community. His brother is the pastor of 93rd Street Baptist Church, one of the largest churches in Miami. And if you ever down here on vacation, or if you down here for a weekend, you ain't got to miss church. You can go right on over to 93rd Street Baptist Church and get your church on. And you're going to have a fantastic time. And again, Pastor Johnson, man, kudos to him for the work that he's doing, because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. When times are rough and everybody go to leave you and everybody turn their back on you, all your friends who you took care of, all the people who you put money in their pocket, all the people who mortgage you paid, all the women who you put bags, purses, paid their rent and all this, all the brothers that you bought cars for, bought houses and everything for, and then they leave you when times get rough. And they leave you when times get rough. We all have been there, did that, and bought the t-shirt. Well, when they think you're down and when they think you don't have no more money, then you see them start falling off like flies. And then you be in your darkest moment, and the people remember the individuals who have still been there with them. No different than me. We all gonna be like that song that New Edition made. Sunny days. Every day, everybody know them. Storms will come for sure. This we know for sure. But who's gonna be standing there with you when the storm come in the house and the roof fall off? And when you're going through some difficult times, that is when you find out whether that person really love you, care for you. It's all great and fine and dandy when you got it. When everybody living large and they flying on the jets and they on the yachts and they partying and they drinking and they talking about how much they love you. But when the song gets to that part, after the sunny days and them storms come, for sure, who's going to be there with you? And I'd like to thank Pastor Gary Johnson for coming on at this short period of time, because he does not do any interviews, especially on this topic here. Speaking of interviews on this topic here we go right here. This is a problem. This is one of those fuck around and find out moments. Donald Trump voters have buyer's remorse.
I think people voted for him because this country, too many people in this country couldn't even think about voting for a black female. So when they, but they don't want to say, they're not going to say, I'm not voting for her because she's a woman or she's black. God forbid she's both. Oh, and by the way, she's married to a Jewish guy. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, I'm voting for him because of the economy. They're liars.
Hold on. Completely agree with a lot of what you say. But when we say they're liars, we don't mean all of them. Put your best spin on. Why
They
would
think he's a good businessman. They think he was going to make us money.
a good businessman do good for the economy, make money? Okay, smart guy. Why did good people vote for?
Let me be clear. I despise Joe Walsh, but
Immigration, that doesn't really have anything to do with me, except if you now say, well, a few citizens are going to get scooped up off the street and sent to El Salvador or to wherever, they're only going to be worried if their kid is the one who gets snatched off a college campus and winds up in jail.
And when you have the president a few weeks ago out loud in the Oval Office talking about wanting to put American citizens on airplanes and fly them down. Hello.
The homegrown.
Yeah.
I find these conversations to be flat out fascinating.
They are fascinating. They are fascinating. That's kitchen table stuff. The first thing he said, which is what we've always been talking about. Those people had a problem with voting for a black lady, knowing she was right, knowing she was the best candidate, knowing she was the most qualified, knowing she was the vice president, ready to step in and be the president, knowing she had a lot of responsibilities as the vice president because the president was damn near senile, knowing she was doing all the work, but they, over my dead body, I'm not voting for a black woman under no circumstance. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I can lose my pension. I don't give a damn. I can lose my Pentagon job. I don't give a damn. I will not be voting for a black woman. I don't care. And I don't think Trump gonna do all the things that he says, that she's saying he's gonna do, but y'all done fucked around and found out. He can't do it. We got a constitution. We got a constitution. He's not going to be able to do all those things. So I'm not voting for the fucking jigaboo. I'm not voting for the jigaboo woman. Fuck that over my dead body, over my bank account. Oops. Over my bank account. Oops. Over my migrant workers. Oops. Over my construction workers. Oops. These tariffs, I don't think he's going to do. Oh, costing us more money. He's going to bring down the prices of the groceries. Oops. She can, well, if he says he can do it, he can do it. She has a plan. Fuck that. I'm not voting for the black lady over my pocketbook at the grocery store. Oops. Now they having buyer's remorse. Meanwhile, we sitting over here like, well, okay. We told you. That's what you did. Now they trying to run out here Gavin Newsom? No. I'm waiting for Kamala Harris to run for president again. You fuckers who voted for what we have right now, you're going to vote for Kamala Harris. I'm urging all black people and all white people who voted for Kamala Harris the first time, because there was a lot of white people that voted for her, to vote again. And you fuckers who put us in this situation that we're in right now, you're going to vote for the black woman. Other than that, you can vote for J.D. Vance and get another 8 years, 4 more years of the same shit that we're in right now. So if you get up there and get your racism shit on that you cannot stomach to vote for a black woman, then that's on you. And if this fucking guy from California win the nomination, they somehow rigged that shit where Harris don't win, then I'm gonna vote, but I'm gonna pass by that part of it. I'm gonna pass by that part. Speaking of passing by that part of it, let me just show y'all a little show that I did the other night. This is a good time. This storytelling now. Storytelling time. Enough of the bullshit. It's story. I did a show the other night for some corporate folks. It was a beautiful, it was like a real quick situation, but it was a whole bunch of corporate folks, black folks, brand ambassadors, that came down to Miami Beach, and they rented out the club, and it was a surprise thing where they asked me to come and do the show. And here's a little sneak peek of me going out there doing the show. Here it is. No, this is One Music Fest. I'm sorry.
Welcome to Club Quarantine. This is my man D Nice. This is the motherfucking one right here. He saved all our fucking life in a goddamn pandemic. Y'all give it up for D Nice.
I got it wrong. I got it all wrong. That was my show at One Music Fest in Atlanta. I got it all wrong. On Friday, I'm gonna show y'all the highlight of the show that I did on Miami Beach. Meanwhile, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all have fun tonight. You know, we're gonna start bringing in more guests. You know, a lot of my celebrity friends, they want to come on the show. They want to support the show. You know, which is a beautiful thing. I've been holding them back because I just wanted to be able to be intimate with you guys. And but I thought it was important to bring on Pastor Gary Johnson to talk about the well-being of Puff Daddy and his work that he's doing with some of these guys and helping rehabilitate some of these young men, get them back in the society. Like the Young Thugs and all them other world. And it's a beautiful thing, man. But tonight's show, again, it was brought to you by no other than Loot Gear. You can go to www.lootrecord.com, not with an S, and get you some gear for the winter. We got the bombers. We got the hoodies. I should have had a sweat jacket on right now. We got the T-shirts. We got everything. We got some ladies outfits and all that for the ladies. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You got the bandanas. Get you one of them Loot Records bandanas. Oh, man, you need that in your life. But at the end of the day, hey, man, we had a great time today. Shouts out to my girl, Glow. Make sure y'all follow her. She does a great job with the merchandise that she makes in a custom way. It's a beautiful thing. But we had a good time tonight. This was a beautiful show, man. I had a great time, and hopefully you guys had a great time. Make sure y'all check me out on all my social media platforms. Follow me on X, Twitter, X. I still call it Twitter. Uncle Luke Real One, Instagram. Uncle Luke Real One, Uncle Luke 305 on TikTok, and also Uncle Luke TV on YouTube. Where I need you all to go over there and follow me over there, and like, share, and subscribe over there, and then Uncle Luke fan page on Facebook. You can follow me on all those different platforms, whatever you like, whatever you choose to like. That's where I hang out at. Hopefully you guys had a great time on the show. Remember to check me out on CBS Sports. I was on there talking today, had a great interview. And next week I'll be on ESPN, speaking ESPN in Virginia, talking about the Virginia Tech University of Miami football game. That'll be next week. But Friday, I'll be back. I will be back on Friday because we do the show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm going to just start being consistent at 8 p.m. The show tapes live at 8 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This Friday is going to be a little later because I got a playoff game that's going to end. And then I have an event to do, a very professional event to do in Fort Lauderdale, so it'll probably be on a little late. We might go about 10 o'clock on Friday after my event. But in the meantime, people, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy life. Tell your kids, tell your loved ones you love them. I want to say my condolence goes out to the family of the Hardimans. We lost a pioneer in the city of Miami, Roy Hardiman, a guy who I just spoke to on Tuesday at Christina King's watch party of her win. Congratulations to her on winning her election. City of Miami chairwoman won, and I got to see Roy over there and embraced him, told him how much I care about him. But at the same time, I mean, Roy is a beautiful guy, man. He if you go to his page, just go to his Facebook page. You'll see what he's really all about. You know, it's like, hey, let's go live. And Roy's at every scene, Roy at every event, Roy talking about the community. Roy has his phone out, and we're going to miss that. You know, we need more Roy Hardimans of the world. He goes out there. I mean, I'll tell you a little story about Roy. I was running for office, for mayor of Miami in a special election. It was a real short election, special election. And I had signs I needed to put up. You know, you got to pay to get signs put up, and you get the posters, and you need workers, you need volunteers. Roy was my first volunteer. Roy was my first volunteer. He went out, Luke, I don't need no money. I don't need nothing. I'm going to put these signs up all over the place because I believe in what you're trying to do. I believe in the change and the difference that you're trying to make in our community. And I believe in you because you always did it. And I'm just happy that you're running right now. And Roy put them signs up, man, I tell you, because I didn't know nothing about no campaign and didn't know nothing about putting signs up. And Roy put all them signs up. And that's who Roy is. That's what he's all about. And so we lost a pillar of the community here in Miami, Roy Hardiman. I love you, my brother. And may God bless you. God take him into your arms and comfort that brother. You got a good one up there, Lord. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all on the other side. Like Walter Cronkite always say, may the good news be yours.
Pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Come we should go bring that Uncle Lou bag.